With a doubleheader sweep yesterday in Boonville, the Oneonta Outlaws moved to 13-9-1 here in 2024. The best start for this team since 2016, as the 2016 team went 15-8 through their first 23 games and a half this season. But 13-9-1 going to be this team's mark as we welcome you back here to historic Damaschke Field on Oneonta Outlaws pregame. As always, my name is Colby Smith. This Outlaw team sweeping that doubleheader yesterday up at Boonville. What an afternoon and evening it was. Oneonta, the first game, 16-2 victors, and the player of the game, none other than Colton Harrison. He finishes 3 for 4 at the plate with 3 doubles, 2 runs, and 3 RBIs as the Outlaws stringing together a full team effort. 13 hits to plate those 16 runs, including a 6-run second inning that put them out to a 7-0 lead they'd never look back on. We talked about it with assistant coach Josiah Aska earlier this afternoon, but multiple guys in that Game 1 lineup recording multiple RBIs, including another guy with 3 ribbers, Jack Kopka, who's going to stay in the lineup tonight. 2 for 3. He finished with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. He was another prime player of the game candidate, but had to go Harrison. It was his 19th birthday. Also just recently committed to Northwestern State, so a big congratulations to Colton Harrison on that. Also had Brody Rowley with 2 RBIs. He'll be in the lineup again. Nick Delvecchio, 2 RBIs as well. Delvecchio's really solidified himself a spot in this Outlaw lineup at second base, playing down in that 10 holes, so we'll see what Delvecchio's got in store tonight as he'll once again be in the lineup for Keaton Mark and Josiah Aska as well. With a few guys departing this week, they've really gotten things together in terms of figuring out a lineup, everyday grouping, how guys are going to stack up and fit into their role, because everybody's got a role on this team. That's the one thing that you got to love about the 2024 Outlaws. Everybody's got a role, and nobody's more important than anybody else. Everybody goes out there and does a job. And this team, that's the part of the identity that everybody forgets. Everybody does their job. Everybody competes. Everybody battles. And everybody comes ready every time they're in the lineup, whether they're in there day in and day out or they take a day and then they play 3 consecutive games or whatnot. Everybody does a job, and in Game 2 yesterday, Colton Harrison did another job. 2 for 2 at the plate yesterday, 2 home runs, 2 runs, and 4 RBIs in Game 2 up there at Boonville. 6-4 the score in Game 2. Oneonta trailed 4-1 after the first inning up there against the Lumberjacks, battled back with 5 consecutive runs, and Colton Harrison's 3-run jack in the 4th inning put them on top to a lead they'd never look back on. The Outlaws needed just 6 innings to get the job done in Game 1, but then turned around and had to play a full 7 in Game 2 as it was a late night for this team yesterday. Boys seem a little bit tired today, but everybody's excited, everybody's rejuvenated to come back here and play at home. 4 consecutive games and 5 of the next 6 right here at Damaschke Field. So if you're local and you're not down here with us, I don't know what you're doing. The Watertown Rapids are in here tonight for a 7 o'clock start. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's Bark in the Park night on Tuesday. 7 o'clock start against the Boonville Lumberjacks. If you bring cat or dog food, drop it off at the gate. You get free general admission to the game. So make sure you come join us for Bark in the Park night tomorrow. Wednesday will be an off day for your Outlaws before Thursday. It's the 4th of July, baby. This place is going to be packed. 6 o'clock first pitch. The Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs will be here in a half hour after the last out is recorded. We will shoot off fireworks here in Newall Park. So you're not going to want to miss that. Friday, the Lumberjacks will be here again, as Oneonta's seen a lot of Boonville here in these last couple of weeks. 7 o'clock game on Friday before we go to Glens Falls on Saturday for a 7 o'clock game up there at Eastfield. And then the Outlaws will get their longest off stretch of the summer. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they will not play. So lots of great baseball, lots of exciting baseball coming up for this team, but we had a lot of exciting baseball on Thursday night up there at Glens Falls. We want to apologize. Video was not available to us from that doubleheader yesterday up there in Boonville doing an SME copyright, so we weren't able to clip out our plays of the game yesterday. I'm sure you got some guesses, but here was our play of the game, our play of the game, not player of the game, from Thursday night up at Glens Falls, the 12-2 victory in 7 innings. 9-1 after the split yesterday in the doubleheader with the Utica Blue Sox. Millman lays off another as that broke low and away outside. 2 balls, no strikes. It's Gloss at third, Taggart's down at second, and Jaden Ross now at first. 2-0 pitch. Millman drilled right up the middle. Going to take a skip and roll in the shallow center. 2 runs going to score for the Outlaws. Throw sails high over the plate, trying to score a 3rd run. Jaden Ross cruising, can't slap the tag on. And 3 runs cross the plate. It's going to break. So Dylan Millman shot a ball straight up the middle into center field, scored 2 runs, got a pair of RBIs, and then advancing on the throw, Jaden Ross cruised on in to score, as you just saw. So the Outlaws getting 3 runs on that Millman shallow hit ball to center field. Was certainly something up there at Glens Falls the other night. The Outlaws now have yet to lose to the Dragons here in 2024. 3-0 the season series against Glens Falls favors Oneonta, but another team they haven't lost to in here tonight, this Watertown Rapids squad. We talked about what to expect tonight in this matchup, what this Outlaw team has been doing to bind together and come together as a core here as of late, with a lot of off time due to rainouts and other various circumstances, with Kyle Pollock this afternoon. So without further ado, Outlaw catcher Kyle Pollock. Colby Smith, and I'm super excited to be joined today by catcher Kyle Pollock. Kyle, you want to just talk a little bit about how the summer's gone so far here in Oneonta and what you've learned so far?
I've had a great summer so far. I mean, I met a lot of good people. Made a lot of friends, tried a lot of good food, spots around here, a lot of fishing, just spending as much time outside as I can, and just getting to know the town of Oneonta. I've had a great time. Me and my roommates, Dylan and Caleb, we've made the most of what we can do, and I'm really loving it so far.
What are some of your favorite food spots to go to around town?
We tried the one pizza place on Main. I forgot the name of it.
Tino's?
Tino's, yeah.
Okay.
Tino's really good. We do Latte Lounge a lot, and we do Oneonta Bagel a good amount. We also, Moe's is a big spot. But yeah, we're trying as many food places as we can.
What's the go-to order at Latte Lounge?
Ooh, Yellow Jacket. Every time. Yellow Jacket, or they got good waffles.
Good choices.
Yeah.
And you mentioned fishing. Where are your go-to fishing spots around town?
So we usually go to the Damaschke Pond over here, but we didn't know there's actually no fishing there, so we had to switch it up. We've been doing the Susquehanna River a good amount, and we went to a pond by Thor's one, by his house. He actually won Pitcher of the Week this past week. Congratulations to him. But yeah, Oneonta native, he gave us a good spot, one of his local areas, and we actually caught a good amount this morning, so I had a lot of fun.
Well, and you mentioned right from the get-go, you said you like to be outside a lot, but you guys have had a lot of rainy days here so far this summer. What do you do on the rainy days?
Rainy days, hanging outside, watching a lot of TV. No more college baseball, which kind of sucks, but just watching just YouTube videos, Netflix shows, whatever we can. Going to the gym, just hanging out with the guys, playing video games. Yeah, it's had a pretty fun time.
Speaking of college baseball, you talked about your roommates and stuff. What's your experience been like at Marist, and what's it like coming here with a couple of your college teammates and playing here?
It's been a great past 2 years. I learned a lot. Didn't play much my freshman year. I learned from one of our fifth-year catchers, Nico, who's one of our coaches now. But this past year, I played a good amount, and I had a blast. I mean, playing almost every day, there's nothing like it. It's what I've almost dreamed about for the past 2 years. But me, Caleb, Dylan, and Ubner, all of us coming in. I already know people. They're easygoing, they're very welcoming, and they're just some of my best friends. I love hanging out with them. They're great guys.
Well, of all the places you could have chose for summer ball, why Oneonta?
My head coach at school, Lance Ratchford, he was the head coach here years prior, and I've heard only great things about Oneonta. The people are great, fans are great, the town's amazing, and I mean, I'm kind of mad we're 1 month in. I mean, 1 month to go. I wish I was here for a lot longer. So.
Well, and Kyle, this team you mentioned has really come together, done some bonding things. What are some of your favorite things to do together as a team, and how do you feel like this group's really come together?
Just in the locker room, just pregame, hanging out. We're playing, wiffle ball in the locker room, just messing around. But I feel like the best part is just talking to one another, just getting to know each other, just picking up certain things that they've learned that I also have learned, sharing different stories, cracking jokes. Just post-game meals is a lot of fun. Just after a big win, get to sit down and have. Gary hooks us up every time. We get some of the best food around, but small moments, cherish it really well.
Well, and what are some specific things that you've learned from some guys on this team so far this summer, and maybe that you've taught other guys?
Talking to some of the JUCO guys, the Hudson Valley kids, the Herkimer kids, just their experience and comparing it to mine, just how they go about their days, their daily routine versus my daily routine. You know, talking to Jay Ross, like, he knows a lot about the game, coming down from Tampa, but just hearing his perspective of the game versus mine, I feel like it really collaborates well, and I've learned a lot of new things so far.
Well, and what kind of things are you specifically working on here the rest of the summer and cleaning up before you head back to college?
Just trying some different approaches at the plate. I mean, I've been just working on some things, not really staying too consistent. I'm just trying to just fill up the gaps, just hit hard contact everywhere. But catching, I'm trying to catch as many new people as I can, learn different pitches, different stances, styles, just all the certain things. I want to just keep trying. That's what summer ball is about.
Kyle, last question here before I let you go. You guys head into a big stretch here at home, 4 in a row, 5 of the next 6 here. What's it like playing in front of this Damaschke Field crowd?
It's some of the best. I mean, I played in the CBL last summer, and I feel like the crowd this year has been some of the best I've had so far. They've been great.
Kyle, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
Of course, thank you, Philly.
So we got a lot of big fishermen on this Outlaw 2024 roster, if you couldn't tell. Got the meeting between Matthew Petrossi and Keaton Mark going on at home plate as we're approaching first pitch here at Damaschke Field on a gorgeous Monday night. Couldn't have asked for a better night for the Outlaws to be back here at home for the first time since last Tuesday. When Oneonta was last here, we finished off a suspended game against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Started things back up, bottom of the 5th inning, was tied 3-3. Mohawk Valley would go on to score the last 3 runs of that ball game, took a 6-3 win. And then in the full regularly scheduled game after that, 5-5 tie in 10 innings between the Diamond Dogs and Outlaws. And Oneonta certainly doesn't want another one of those games tonight. Last couple of games between the Outlaws and Rapids have been pretty close, all things considered. On Tuesday, June 4th, when the Rapids were here, Oneonta took a 12-8 victory. Turned around on Monday the 17th. It was a bang-bang outing. The Outlaws took an 8-7 victory up there at Watertown. You want to see how that game ended? I'm sure you do. A 2-2. We do it again. Hayner trying to end this thing. Kramer at third. Oneonta on top by 1. The 2-2 delivery. In foul ground, just to the right of the Outlaw dugout. Sackett's not ready to have this thing end. The Outlaw dugout is starting to get absolutely loud. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Sackett, slow bouncer towards second, picked up by King, over to Armstrong, pulled him off the bed, but they call out. The Rapids base coaches are appealing as they say Armstrong's foot had come off, but he stuck that bat foot back. It pulled him off, but he put that bat foot down, and 8-7 going to be the final score here in Watertown. So what a game that was that the Outlaws won 8-7. It was 8-3 heading into the bottom of the 9th. Rapids put up 4 straight runs in quick fashion with 2 outs, had that game-tying run at third base and had that bouncing ball to second base, and certainly looked like for some that Chase Armstrong's foot had come off the bat, but he kept that bat foot down, and Outlaws were victors that night by an 8-7 score. So we talked about it with Josiah Aska in our coaches interview of the day, but got to wonder if Watertown's coming in here hoping they can pull some revenge on the Outlaws tonight, as these two teams won't meet up again for almost 3 weeks after this matchup tonight. Rapids now 8-15 as they're winners of 3 of their last 5, and the Outlaws coming in on a 4-game win streak. So here from assistant coach Josiah Aska, just post batting practice this afternoon as we approach first pitch here at Damaschke Field. Colby Smith back here on another coach's interview with assistant coach Josiah Aska. Coach, huge doubleheader sweep for you guys yesterday in Boonville. Want to just talk a little bit about the positive aspects up there yesterday?
We hit very well, we pitched very well, and we fielded very well.
Well, and speaking to that effect, yesterday, 16 runs for you guys in Game 1, one of your biggest offensive outbursts here in these last couple of games. What was it like in the dugout, just knowing that everybody was contributing yesterday and seeing good results?
It was good. Everybody was very energetic, and it's just a good thing to see.
And in terms of the dugout energy, how do you feel like the dugout energy is continue to rise and continue to grow together as the season's gone on?
It's been really positive. As the guys get to know each other better and still continue to learn more about each other, start making inside jokes and things of that nature, and everybody's just really positive.
Speaking of inside jokes, you had a guy in play Koch yesterday. We're certainly feeling it in the dugout and down in the bullpen. What's it been like having him around here, and what's it going to be like losing him?
He's a good guy. He is coming back later at the end after his vacation, but he's a great guy, top to bottom. He does a lot of the little things, like little bottles of like trash, anything just in the dugout. He picks them up after games. He's always bringing energy, encouraging everybody. He talks a little trash here and there, keeps it funny, but he's a good guy and he's a good arm.
Speaking of good arms, Martin Thorsled, not often that a player from Oneonta gets the love, but just one pitcher of the week here in the East Division. What have you seen from Martin Thorsled lately?
Strikes, dominating the zone, making hitters swing at pitches that they don't want to because he's just competing around the zone and he's super competitive.
Well, and how reassuring was it for you guys to only have to use two arms in each of those two games yesterday?
It was good, just to have those guys go out and dominate and do what we expect of them.
Well, and one guy you want to talk about domination, Colton Harrison, his birthday yesterday, and he absolutely showed out. What did you see from Colton yesterday?
Aggressive swings, taking advantage of pitches that pitchers might not think he doesn't want to, taking advantage of pitches that pitchers don't necessarily want him to swing at so they can get ahead and just pound them in the bar.
Well, and Harrison, he said that when he was in the transfer portal, it was pretty tough on him mentally, but now that he committed, he feels like he's got the weight off his back. You want to just talk a little bit about what it's like from a coach's perspective, trying to deal with the transfer portal and all those sorts of things?
Just telling guys to keep doing what they can do and play their game and show coaches and everybody that's looking at them that, they can play the game well, and he relaxed a little bit and showed us what he really could do.
Well, and I want to specifically talk about start of Game 2 yesterday in Boonville. You guys jumped ahead 1-0, gave up 4 in the bottom of the first, and then you turned around and scored 5 unanswered to win that one. How do you feel like those come-from-behind games have really helped you guys here recently?
It's important. It shows that a couple runs aren't going to put us down, and we're there to fight, to play hard, and we're just going to keep battling.
And yesterday, down that lineup, you guys had multiple guys who finished with multiple RBIs. What's it like just continuing to run out a group day in and day out that, can all hit and pick each other up like that?
It feels good. Playing confidently is something that, I try to stress to even my high school guys back home, and these guys are doing it. They're just going out there knowing they're the better person, knowing they're better than the pitcher at the time, and showing it.
And sure, you guys have won 4 in a row, but from a coach's perspective, there's always things you want to work on or clean up. What are some of the things that you guys are looking at that you want to tighten up here moving forward?
Not jinxing ourselves. Just trying to keep playing good baseball, do the routine plays, field them well, throw it well, hit the ball hard.
Well, and you guys have seen this Watertown Rapids team that you're going to play tonight a couple of times already. Last time up there at their place, it was a bang-bang play. It could have gone either way to end the game. Feel like they're going to be coming in here with a little bit of a revenge or edge on you guys tonight?
Probably. They're going to come try to beat us, and we're going to do the same thing.
Coach, one last question here before I let you go. You guys start off a big stretch this week at home. You're going to play 4 consecutive games here, 5 of your next 6. How do you feel like this Damaschke Field crowd is compared to years past, and how do you feel like the energy's been in the ballpark lately?
Sometimes it gets quiet. Sometimes it's good. When we put on a show and entertain the fans, they respond well, and they let us know that they're there. So as the crowds continue to get bigger and we play better and better, hopefully it just gets louder and louder.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it from assistant coach Josiah Azka as the Outlaws get set to face the Rapids for the 3rd time here in 2024. 5 matchups in total, and the Outlaws leaders in the season series thus far 2-0. Let's take a look now at how the Outlaws line things up 1-10 and who gets the start on the bump. Leading off at third base, it's going to be Tanner Harden as he plays second to last night here in Oneonta. The Wofford guys all taken off after tomorrow night's matchup with Boonville. Kyle Kakamis will be at shortstop. Jacoby Dale hits third, and he plays center. Jack Kopp goes in right. Ethan Glossa, the extra hitter with his dad, still in the house, going to be fifth. Brody Raleigh, the left fielder, pitcher to the left, going to be hitting sixth. Lucas Grantham does the DHing duties. Chase Armstrong gets the start over at first. Jeremy Taggart's behind the plate. Nick Del Vecchio is down in the 10-hole playing second base. And the starter for your Outlaws tonight against the Rapids is none other than Dan Bello. Dan Bello makes his first home start for the Oneonta Outlaws as we throw our score bug up on the screen and get ready for first pitch. Bello's making his third appearance at home, and this is his first start here on the Damaschke Field mound. Just coming in, he's 0-1 with a 12.96 ERA. 8 1/3 innings pitched, 13 runs. 12 of those have been charges earned with 11 hits, 6 Ks, and 8 walks. So Bello's going to be looking to clean up that stat line tonight as he takes on this 8-15 Rapids team. Comes off a 10-3 loss last night at home against the Utica Blue Sox. Chaz Crook had 2 RBIs in that game. He's going to be down in the lineup for this team in the 7th spot as the Rapids bat 10. First pitch of the ball game in there, high and tight for ball 1. Hudson Taylor's playing in his 20th game for Matthew Petrossi tonight. He's got a .238 average, 15 for 63, 1 extra base hit and 7 ribbies as he shoots one right side of the infield, just barely grazes past Armstrong in the shallow right, and that will be a single to start the ball game for Hudson Taylor. So Hudson Taylor, the leadoff batter, gets the job done for the Rapids, and we go down to Dylan Wannett. 5'11", 190 from Buffalo. He just committed to Erskine College down in South Carolina, so a D2 powerhouse as Bello, first pitch of the at-bat, high and away upstairs. Wannett's the only lefty in the lineup tonight for the Rapids. They only have 4 lefty hitters in total in their lineup. Quick check look to first for Bello, the 1-0. Breaks high and away, but a called strike as the count goes back even at 1-1. Wannett's from Buffalo. He's hitting .306 entering this game. 11 for 36. Has 3 RBIs, 7 walks, 7 Ks. Good breaking pitch, but just barely missed the zone as it'll go 2 balls, 1 strike. Went out 1 for 4 last night in the 7-run home loss to Utica, had a strikeout. Bellows 2-1, called strike 2 as he evens the count back up. Nick Bergamato plays second base, is behind Wannett in the lineup. Brendan Wilson going to be playing first. Tyler Jacobson, the catcher, hits fifth as Bello bats set on the 2-2. Runner on the move, missed low and away outside, and a stolen base going to be had for Jeff Hudson Taylor. So the count goes full on Wannett with the pitch missing low and away outside from Bello. Shipman going to play right field for the Rapids. He's in the 6th spot. Chaz Crook, we talked about him already, is at third. Trey Runge, the extra hitter, going to be in the 8th spot. Damon Asensio, the designated hitter, 9th. And Dominic Morabito rounds out the Rapids lineup. Quickly on the move towards third. That one skips in the dirt, and it'll be runners at the corners here for the Rapids with nobody out in the first. So back-to-back stolen bases for Jeff Hudson Taylor, his 15th and 16th of the season, and we get an early mound visit from Keaton Mark. Speaking of Bello earlier this afternoon, he said he was going to try to go as long as he possibly could in this outing tonight, was going to try to work a lot on getting ahead with his fastballs and then working on an off-speed stuff. He throws a 5-pitch mitts, which is kind of different than some of these outlaw pitchers who only throw 3, 4 in their arsenal usually. But Bello uses all 5 to his advantage, and he's a guy who just recently committed to the U of Scranton, as he was going out to St. Rose, but they announced their closure, so he needed a new school. And so Dan Bello got on the move and looked in Pennsylvania, found the U of Scranton as that went in tight to the belt to Bergamato. He's looking to hopefully go down there to the U of Scranton and be a two-way player, both a pitcher and a hitter. Been taking batting practice with one of the outlaw groups all summer as he evens the count back at 1-1. Four-seam, two-seam, change-up, curve, and slider are what you can expect to see from Bello. Check look over to first, and it's Wannett, who's over there at the first base bag, wants to run as that missed low and away outside. So the count's going to go 2-1 on the three-hole hitter in the Rapid lineup. Bergamato stands at 5'7", 195, hitting 307 games as he lays off this one, missed off the plate, and it'll go 3 balls, 1 strike. Bergamato last night 1 for 2 with a walk, and he did get caught stealing on the base pass. He's had 3 of those already, 3 caught stealings, and has just 1 stolen bag. This Rapids team likes to run when they get the opportunities. It's the 3-1 high to the hands. That's ball 4. And the bases are going to be loaded for Watertown, still with nobody out. So it's Hudson Taylor at third. Wannett advances over to second, and Bergamato is going to be at first. We go to Brendan Wilson, who's in the cleanup spot for Watertown, plays first base. First pitch in there, sails head high, so that'll be ball 1. Brendan Wilson, 6'2", 225 from Aurora, Illinois. Just wrapped up his junior year at St. Peter's U. Bello bat set with the 1-0, still looking for the first out, deals low and off the plate, ball 2. Wilson, a .299 average on a 3-game hit streak entering tonight, has 6 hits combined over the last 3 games. His last night, just 1 hit, also had a strikeout in the home 10-3 loss. 2-0 pitch, big swing and a miss. So it's the first swinging strike Bello's generated here in a couple of at-bats. Brendan Wilson, a combined 2 for 6 against the Outlaws so far on the season. As he's played both times, these two have met up. 2-1, great breaking pitch, evens the count back up at 2 apiece. Bello gave up that leadoff single and is now surrendered back-to-back walks if you're just tuning in. As he comes back set the 2-2, swing and a miss. So he rings up Brendan Wilson for the first out of the ball game. And we'll go to Tyler Jacobson. Jacobson in the 5 spot in Matthew Petrosi's lineup. From Algonquin, Illinois. Stands at 5'10", 185. Comes to Watertown from Mississippi College. It's the 5th consecutive year that the Rapids have gotten players on the roster from Mississippi, as that one skipped in the dirt for ball 1. Jacobson has not played since Friday night when he went 0 for 4 in the 7-4 win against the Albany Baseball Club at home. 1-0 from Bello, kicks and fires. That comes in high for ball 2. This Rapids team didn't get to play on Saturday night, so that game against Albany, their last one before falling to the Utica Blue Sox last night by a 10-3 score. 2-0 from Bello. Belted right up the middle, takes a couple of odd hops, rolls into shallow center field. Cruising in comes Hudson Taylor. Wannett's right behind him, sliding in at first. And it's a 2-0 Rapids lead. Armstrong's going to come and give a ball to Bello. Trying to pick up their pitcher as he trails 2-0 here early in this home affair. It's a big week at home for your Outlaws. We talked about it in our pregame show. But the Outlaws, 4 consecutive games at home this week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So want to get this ship started the right way. And they come in here riding a high note, 4 consecutive wins. That one out to the gap in right center, caught by Hopko on the run. So first pitch hack in, first pitch out for Peyton Shipman, who's retired on the F9. Chaz Crook, the 7-hole hitter in the lineup, going to come up as Bello trying to get out of this inning. Crook 6'4", 205, just concluded his sophomore year at St. Bonaventure. Saw Crook and Outlaws middle infielder Kyle Kakamis meeting up down just to the left of the Outlaw bullpen before the game as the two of them teammates for St. Bonaventure. Count's going to go 1-0. 2 runs Downey home here on the top of the first for the Rapids. They have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Bello, a little check look down to second. Home of the 1-0. Out towards left center. Charging back goes Brody. Raleigh falls over his head and rolls to the wall. Chugging on in comes Bergamato. Jacobson's quick on his heels behind him, and it's 4-0 Watertown. It's a 2 RBI double for Chaz Crook as he keeps rolling. Outlaws going to get some early action down in their bullpen as Brian Dangler up and throwing. Certainly not the start that everybody would have hoped for. But Trey Runge going to come up as Bello still looking for that third out. It's a glance down the second. First pitch offering just off the plate for ball 1. Runge 6'1", 185, playing in just his 4th game on the summer thus far. Little glance down the second is Bello working from the first base side, even with a runner on base. In there for a called strike 1 as it'll draw back even. Runge heading into his junior year at East Central University. Trying to get some good at-bats here this summer in Watertown as he lays off one in the opposite batter's box for ball 2. Bello's having a hard time painting those corners with his breaking stuff. Counts 2-1, 2 outs. Chaz Crook on second for the Rapids. 3 hits in the inning, and Bello also with a pair of walks. 2-1. In there tight to the knees for ball 3. Damon Asensio and Dominant Morabito were the only 2 yet to come to bat in this Rapids lineup as they bat 10 for their 24th consecutive game. As tonight game 24 for both these 2 teams. That one missing in tight for ball 4. Runge flips the bat away, and Damon Asensio is going to get a chance to hit here in the first. Asensio 5'8", 195. Just finished his freshman year at American International College. He's in 063 through 7 games played as Bello hoping that he can get this third out this time around. Great slider for strike 1. Bello's getting those off-speed pitches to break in there high. As he comes set with the 0-1. Called strike 2. So Bello works ahead quickly on Damon Asensio, who's in the designated hitter spot for this Rapids lineup tonight, 0-2. Bello with 1 good pitch could get out of this inning. Kitson delivers. That one missing low and inside, 1-2. Four nothing lead for the Rapids here in the first. One of just 2 Eastern Division games going on tonight. The other Boonville at Utica. 1-2. Out through the hole between first and second into right. Hobko going to scoop this one up. Bumbles this ball. Cruising and heading for third goes Trey Runge. And it'll be runners at the corners. And now a 5-0 Rapids score. So it'll be a single and an E9 is how that one scored. Our guy Victor up here in Oneonta always fair with his scoring judgments. So our score is going to be 5-0, and now it's Dominant Morabito. Last guy in the Watertown order as he's in the 10 spot and takes a strike 1. Morabito, 5'10", 170 from Groton, Connecticut. Bello deals the 0-1, bounced off the plate, about got away from Taggart, but he was able to spring up quickly and keep that one in front. Advancing to second, though, went Damon Asensio. So Asensio gets down to second on the wild pitch, and it's 2 in scoring position, trailing 5-0 here in the first. Gotta wonder if this first inning is going to be it for Bello tonight. As he steps and delivers. Low and away off the plate for ball 2. Bello just can't seem to get this call to go his way on the lower outside corner of the zone. This is 2-1. Belted up the middle, took a hop off the mound and rolls into center field. Runge going to cross the plate. Damon Asensio on his heels behind him. And the Rapids going to lead 7-0 here in the first. Morabito comes up big with a 2 RBI single. And now 3 Rapids have a pair of RBIs, and we're still in just the first. Far from the ideal start for the Outlaws here at home. As Keaton Mark going to come on out, he'll take the ball from Dan Bello as he's seen enough. Rapids a 7-0 lead, and Oneonta goes to the bullpen here in this first inning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we go back to the top of the order for the Watertown Rapids as Jeff Hanson-Taylor going to walk back up. Had a single, pair of stolen bases, and a run score in his first time up. And now he faces a new pitcher as Dan Bello only gets through 2/3 of an inning, and he is responsible for Dominic Morabito, who stands at first. Dangler's first offering going to be a called strike on the lower outside edge of the plate. Dangler making his 6th appearance of the summer, does have a start to his credit. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 8 walks, 3 strikeouts, 8 hits. As Taggart gunning this one down to second, throw's not going to be in time. As Morabito gets the bag. It is going to be an 0-2 count now on Hanson-Taylor. Dangler in his last outing on June 26th up at Utica, game 1 of a doubleheader, threw just 3 pitches, 1 player of the game. Taggart off the glove, throws this one down to third, Harden slapping the tag on, and they call safe. So Morabito advancing over to third on a wild pitch, and it'll be a 1-2 count on Hanson-Taylor. So Dangler threw 3 pitches, turned a double play up the middle is one of the plays of the game. 1-2, shot right out towards Armstrong, takes it to the bag, unassisted, and the top of the first is finally over. Dangler draws a 3 unassisted to retire Jeff Hanson-Taylor. Into the bottom of the first we go here at Damaschke Field. 7-0 Rapids, going to be your score. Bottom of the first inning, back here on Outlaws YouTube. Mason Collins going to get the start on the bump for the Rapids. He's from Cottondale, Alabama, and he remains in the transfer portal to this point on the summer. Has a 2-1 record with a 4.85 ERA through 29 2/3 innings pitched. Faces Tanner Harden to lead off the game for the Outlaws. Slow bouncer right up the middle. Collins picks up, fires over to first to Wilson in time. So it'll be a 1-3 to retire Tanner Harden. So Harden first pitch hack in, puts a slow bouncer right up the middle that Collins fielded cleanly, getting to Wilson. And to Kyle Kakamis we go, 2 spot in the order. Kakamis plays his 5th game tonight for the Outlaws. Was signed almost 2 weeks ago now, as that one up and away, but a called strike. Collins pitching here at Damaschke Field for the 2nd time already this season, as that one skips off the plate for ball 1. Back on June 4th, when the Rapids were last here, through 4 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, both were earned, turning in 5 walks and 4 Ks. 1-1, sprayed off foul by Kakabis, down to the left of the Outlaw pen in the clubhouse area, so they'll go 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was a 12-8 loss for the Rapids the last time they were here. And then when Oneonta went up there, an 8-7 victory on the 17th, Kakamis, same spot in foul territory, rolls down to the Outlaw clubhouse area, so the count's going to stay 1-2. Rapids shooting off 7 runs on the top of the first, chasing Dan Bello before he can even get through a full inning. 1-2 offering. Kakamis lays off. Good take as it'll go 2-2. Collins getting wins in 2 of his last 3 outings for the Rapids as he kicks and delivers the 2-2. Kakamis shot off foul territory on the first baseline. So pitch number 7 of the at-bat going to be coming up. Kakamis through 4 games is hitting .364, 4 for 11, has 5 runs scored already as the 2-2. Upstairs and away, ball 3. So the count's going to go full on Kyle Kakamis. Jacoby Dale, the center fielder, waits on deck behind him. Collins, full count, up and away, ball 4. So Kakamis going to be the first Outlaw to get on base tonight.
The Outlaws' next hitter.
That's exactly what you needed if you're Oneonta. Got to get on base in little ways like that sometimes. If you're not going to get the hits, at least take the walks, hit by pitches, and whatever is offered to you, just get runners on base, and hopefully those hits will come in the big moments. And a guy who's certainly had some big hits, Jacoby Dale, steps into the box. One comes in high into the hands for ball 1. Dale's been running on adrenaline these last couple of days, went down for a weekend trip to Tampa, Florida, and got back up here before we headed to Boonville yesterday. 1-0, up and high to the hands again for ball 2. And so out comes Tyler Jacobson as he doesn't want this first inning to get out of hand for Mason Collins. Collins is a 2-way player for this Rapids team. Does it on both sides of the ball. He's hitting .250 at the plate in 15 games. He's played a little infield, played a little outfield, and also pitches for this team as this is his 7th start. And he's got a .485 average entering the night. It wins in 2 of his last 3 appearances. Last pitch on the 26th of June at Boonville when he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both which were unearned. Count going to be 3-0 on Jacoby Dale. Jack Hopko waits on deck behind him. As Hopko going to look for a little redemption after an error in the top of the first. 3-0. In there for strike 1. Collins getting that 3-0 to break back in there on the lower inside edge of the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, bottom first. Kakamis stands at first. Swing and a miss as the count's going to go full on Dale. So Collins, after falling behind 3-0 in the count, works the bat full. Shadows creeping in here over Damaschke Field on this Monday night as we start the month of July. High to the hand for ball 4, and that's back-to-back free passes for the Outlaws.
Clean up and playing right field from the
This would be a moment where you'd hope that Jack Hopko can come up with a big hit. Hopko's on a 3-game hit streak and has at least 1 hit in 7 of his last 8 games. Hopko did have that error we mentioned back in the top of the first inning. Looking for a little redemption with 2 on base and just 1 out as he lays off the first one. High and away for the Birds, 1-0. Hopko's hitting .389 through 13 games played. He is the team batting average leader. Collins checked to second. Hopko going to shoot the 1-0 straight back, and it'll go to 1-1. Hopko playing game 1 yesterday up at Boonville. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, had 3 ribbies, a sac fly, and a stolen base. 1-1 delivery, skipped in the dirt for ball 2, as it'll go 2 balls, 1 strike. Collins got Harden on a bouncing ball back up the middle, 1-3, and has since issued back-to-back walks. Collins delivers the 2-1, again skipped in the dirt for ball 3. Is Jacobson able to keep that one in front? So Collins 1 bad pitch away from walking the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first against Oneonta. Another long checklet to second, delivers the 3-1. Called strike 2 up and away. Looks like that one was a bit above where that zone was in the top of the first, but nonetheless, it's a full count anyway. 3 straight full counts for Mason Collins. What's going to happen on this one? Bat set fires. Hopko goes the opposite way with that one in the left. Kakamis will hold up at third, and the bases are going to be loaded for Oneonta here in the bottom of the first. So that's pro placement on one for Jack Hopko to shoot it between Adson Taylor and Crook in a shallow left. Kakamis is down at third. Dale now at second. It's Hopko at first for the Glow Show. Ethan Glossa, 12 games played, .324 average. Stands at 5'11", 190. He's the extra hitter for Keaton Mark and Josiah Aska tonight. First one, he takes it for a strike. Gloss is going to be leaving in a couple of days to head back to Illinois for a little while, but he'll be back in the middle part of July. Collins 0-1. Again, Glossa lays off, and he's seen 2 now, and he's got to be swinging down 0-2. 1 out, and the base is full for the Outlaws, down 7-0 here, bottom first. Collins gets and fires. Glossa, good take on a break inside. Thought maybe he'd gotten rung up, but it goes to 1-2. Brody Rowley waits on deck behind Glossa. Is Collins 1-2. Low and inside, ball 2. That's the one thing about Glossa. He's got a great eye up there to play. Not going to swing at something that he doesn't think he can connect on. Being a big guy, he can reach for things out and away. That one going to come in tight. And now it'll be 4 straight full counts for Mason Collins. Hopko single in a 3-2 in the last at bat. Now Glossa sees a full count. Belts it up the line towards third. Crook going to step on the bat, forces across the diamond, and they flip the double play. It'll be a 5-3 double play as Dale, the force out at third, and Glossa retired at first via the 5-3 double play. So the Outlaws, bases loaded with 1 out, and they cannot score. Into the second we go. It's 7-0 Watertown. Dylan Wannett going to lead off the top of the second for the Watertown Rapids. Already in his second trip to the plate, now sees a new pitcher in Dangler. Got the last out of the first and issues in a first pitch strike to begin the second. Wannett walked and came in to score on a 2 RBI single for Tyler Jacobson. Is Wannett now going to trail 0-2 as he came around late at that one. Dangler, a lot of swings and misses on his off-speed stuff. Just finished his sophomore year at Russell Stage, 0-2. Called strike 3 on that lower outside corner. So Wannett going to be rung up looking, and now Dangler's retired the first 2 he's seen. Nick Bergamato will come up next for the Rapids. Bergamato going to take a first pitch high to the hands for ball 1. Bergamato from Caldwell, New Jersey, now going to lead in the count 2-0. Bergamato didn't join his team till the middle part of June. Is that one going to come in bat high, ball 3. Yet to face the Oneonta Outlaws this summer, as his debut was actually the day after the last time the Outlaws went to Watertown. 3-0 pitch. That one looked good, but it's ball 4. So Bergamato going to draw the walk, and now the Outlaws will shift Del Vecchio in and have Kakamis sit up on a diagonal from the second base bat. So they'll be in double play defense with 1 out here in the top of the second. Brendan Wilson going to step up. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Was the only strikeout that Bello was able to record before he was run out of this game. 1-0 now the count as Dangler deals. Swing and a miss right down Broadway. Wilson, it was a 2-2 pitch that he struck out swinging on in the first. As Bello went back to the fastball, low and away. 1-1. Shot straight on back into the matting behind the plate, so it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here, top second. Dangler steps and fires, low and away outside. 2-2. 2-2, right on back into Taggart's mask, and he's going to ask for a new baseball. Taggart going to walk it out to Brian Dangler. Found out before the doubleheader yesterday in Boonville, the go-to on a game day for Jeremy Taggart is to hit up Subway on the south side and get a chicken bacon ranch sub. So I wonder if he had his lucky sub before today's game as well. Quick check look to first on the run as that one blasted into left field, just barely past the diving Kyle Kakamis. Would have been a heck of a play if he had been able to knock that one down. But it's a hard hit single for Brendan Wilson, and it's going to be 2 on with 1 out for the Rapids here in the second. Dangler's just got to trust his defense to make plays behind him, even if he's going to those pitches in, try to get the Rapids connecting on him and shooting them out there towards left. Brody Raleigh certainly has a home in the outfield here at Damaschke, playing in his second summer. He knows what it takes to man out there. Harden on the backhand, takes to the bat, forces it across the diamond. Armstrong picks it out of the dirt, and there's a 5-3 double play. Tanner Harden to chase Armstrong. That'll be a defensive play of the game candidate for the Outlaws for sure. To the bottom of the second we go. 7-0 Rapids going to be your score. Bottom of the second inning, and it's Brody Raleigh to lead things off for Oneonta. First pitch, Hacking, going to shoot one off into the Rapid bullpen down in right field, so he'll trail in the count 0-1 against Mason Collins. Collins worked out of a bases-loaded jam with one out in the bottom of the first as the Rapids flipping a 5-3 double play started by Chaz Crook over there at the hot corner. 0-1, big swing and a miss, and Raleigh's going to trail 0-2. Outlaws turned around and flipped a 5-3 double play of their own in the top of the second inning. 7-0 to score. Rapid 6 hits. Oneonta just 1. Collins 0-2 offering. Bit high, ball 1. Just missing up and in to Brody Raleigh. Lucas Grantham and Chase Armstrong will be up behind Raleigh in the second inning for the Outlaws. 1-2 pitch from Collins. Breaks in there, low and away outside, so the count will go to 2-2. Collins, a bit of an odd delivery to home, kicks that left foot back and shoots the pitch straight on in there as Raleigh put it off foul, and so the count will stay at 2-2. Raleigh 1 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs and a stolen base. Game 1 yesterday. Out towards short. Hadson Taylor knocks it down, fired over to first, and a great pick by Brendan Wilson, as that'll be a 6-3 to retire Raleigh. Hadson Taylor scooped that one in the glove and slapped his hand over top and shot it across the diamond to Wilson to beat Brody Raleigh by a step and a half. So Lucas Grantham going to be next up. He's the designated hitter tonight for the Outlaws. First one, shot right up the middle, past Collins' glove. Hadson Taylor can't field. Grantham going to get to first. So that'll be a single for Lucas Grantham, as it took an odd hop off the rubber, got away from Collins, and there was no way Hadson Taylor would have had the range to get a play over to first in time. So Lucas Grantham going to be the benefactor of a fluky single, and Chase Armstrong now going to step up. Armstrong, 5'10", 170, only switch guy in the Outlaw lineup. Hard hit ball out towards center field. Morabito tracking it in the gap, and he's able to yank it down. He'll get to throw in quickly. Grantham looked like he was going to tag, but retreats back to first, so that's where he'll stay, as there's now 2 outs for Jeremy Tagger. Jeremy Tagger, 6'2", 205, just wrapped up his second year at Hudson Valley. He did not play in the doubleheader yesterday up at Boonville, as his last action came up at Glens Falls in the 12-2 7-inning win for the Outlaws Thursday. That one breaks in there for a first pitch called strike. Is Taggart going to drop behind 0-1. Taggart playing against the Rapids for the second time, as he went 1 for 3 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs last time Rapids were here. Play made at second by Bergamato as he fired a Wilson in time, as that's a 4-3 to retire Jeremy Taggart. Into the third inning we go. The Rapids still with the 7-0 lead. Top of the third inning, and Dangler back out. Do some more work out of the Oneonta pen. Already threw an inning and a third. Faces Peyton Shipman and delivers in a first pitch curveball. Shipman flew out to right field. His first time up back in the first, which was his second out, and the last out Dan Bella recorded before he was yanked out of this one. Shipman another breaking pitch, and he'll trail 0-2 in the count. Shipman, a utility player for this team, can play both infield and outfield as Dangler went low and away off the plate and couldn't get him reaching for one. Shipman 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI when the Outlaws were up in Watertown back on the 17th of June. Count goes 2-2 as the shadows fully creeped in here over Damaschke Field in the top half of the third. Off the plate it'll go as Shipman's worked at bat full. He's got 2 home runs on the season, including one which came last night. Full count. And they're going to say that hit him. So Shipman's going to be awarded first. And the umpire is going to converge on this one. It looked like he brought that bat around. As they're going to have a quick conversation about it and decide that Shipman does get first. By college rules, the hand should count as part of the bat, and if you get clipped on the hand, it shouldn't matter, but Shipman takes one on the hand, gets first, and so he's on base to start this top half of the third for the Rapids. First pitch going to sail low and away outside of Crook until it'll be 1-0. Crook a 2 RBI double and a run scored in the first inning. Back-to-back days now with multiple RBIs in a game. Brates in there nicely for a called strike one as it'll go to 1-1. Rapids now 7 runs home on just 6 hits thus far. As Dangler's 1-1 on the move goes Shipman. Taggart's throw. Not going to be in time. Shipman going to get the stolen bag. And the count's 1-2 on Crook. So the Rapids with a runner in scoring position here early on in the third against Dangler. Dangler has had some long appearances for the Outlaws so far this summer. As his 1-2. Bouncing ball towards third. Harden checking the runner at second. Goes to Armstrong. It was low, but in time. So 5-3. Going to be the put away to retire Crook. Great veteran play by Tanner Harden over there at third to check the runner. He would have went after Peyton Shipman if he had come charging towards third instead of going across the diamond for the safe play. But he's able to hold the runner and get the out. And there's now 1 down for Trey Runge. Runge from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, going to take a first pitch ball on the lefty batter bat chalk line. Runge's in just his 4th game tonight for the Rapids. 2nd one on the road. His only other road game was at Utica. Certainly a lot different atmosphere at Damaschke Field as that one missed up and away off the plate. At Utica, he went 1 for 3 with a run, a walk, and a strikeout, which also was his Rapids debut. Came back on June 19th. Rapids, like many teams, didn't get to play much in those dog days of June between the 20th and 27th due to a lot of rainouts. So Rapids rained out 3 times over that week as the count's going to go 2-1. Got to give another big congratulations to Martin Thorsland on being named the pitcher of the week for the Eastern Division for the Outlaws. Combined 6 innings out of the bullpen between 2 appearances. Gave up just 5 hits in total as that one caught off the bat, and it'll go to 2-2. Outlaws don't usually get the love, so you love to see Martin Thorsland getting that nod. Oneonta going to get some stretching going on down in the bullpen and left as the 2-2 low and away. Ball 3. So Dangler working into a 2nd full count of this 3rd inning already, down 7-0 here at home. It'll be Boonville who's here tomorrow to see the Outlaws before another off day Wednesday as the full count pitch Caught off the nub of the bat and rolls just to the right of the Oneonta dugout, so Runge going to hang alive. Shipman's got quite the lead off of second base. Hit by pitch and stole second. Dangler going to take a long glance at him, delivers the pitch off his glove, rolls right to second, scooped up Delvecchio, off the bounce, Armstrong can't pick it. Turning and coming on in to score Shipman, and it's 8-0 Rapids. So that'll be an error to get Runge on base.
The designated hitter from American International, number 17, Damon Asensio.
His Shipman heads up base running, comes all the way in to score from second to make it 8-0 Watertown. Trying to lay the bunt down was Asensio, and he's able to pull it back. So it'll go 1-0. Dominant Morabito down in the 10 spot. Is that one right down Main Street? Caught off the bat, so it'll go 1-1. So 8-0 Rapids your score here, top of the third, as the Outlaws hoping they can get out of this inning. Set up now in double play defense. Huge swing and a miss as it'll go to 1-2. Dangler going to that blazing fastball, low and in the zone. 1-2 pitch. In there, tight to the shoelaces for ball two. So the count going to be 2-2 with one out. Another long check flip to first. On the run goes Runge. Taggart going to hold this ball as they'll give Runge the free base. So it'll be a stolen bag for Trey Runge to get second. And Asensio now going to be in a full count. Dangler's full count pitch. Low for ball four. Just barely missed out of that zone. So the Rapids going to remain in business here in the third. Keaton Mark going to start taking a long look at his lineup card, wondering what he can do here. Having a hard time getting outs against the Rapids right now. Dominant Morabito singled, stole second, had a wild pitch and a couple of RBIs. Got stranded at third back in the first inning as it's a 1-0 count in Morabito this time around. He is the 10-hole hitter for the Rapids, so Watertown will have gone all the way through their batting order twice here in these first three innings. They batted 11 in the first inning. Is the 1-0 from Dangler. Showed bunt, was able to pull it bad, but a called strike anyways. It's 1-1. Morabito, 5'10", 170 from Groton, Connecticut. Is the 1-1. Low and away off the plate for ball two. Morabito played in 19 games entering tonight. Is the at-bat leader for this team, so he's been at the plate the most times, despite a guy who's usually being down towards the lower part of the order. So the count's 2-2 as Dangler showing that dog he's got in him, answering back with a couple of strikes here. 2-2 from the first base side of the rubber. Good plate defense as that one shot into the bleachers on the first base line. That's the one thing that this Rapids team does really well that everybody seems to take for granted. Great defenders at the plate, shooting off foul balls that are tight in the zone and out of the zone. Another 2-2 as we do it again. Out towards right, hard hit. Hopko coming in, pulls it down for the out. Both base runners going to stay put as there's now two away here in the third. So nice to see Hopko make a good play out there in right field. Is Jeff Hudson Taylor going to walk up with two away, two on base. Hudson Taylor has a single and a run scored. Also grounded out, 3 unassisted. First pitch, bouncer towards Hardin, scooped up on the grass, over to Armstrong in time. That's a 5-3 to retire Hudson Taylor on the first pitch he sees. So Hudson Taylor, 1 for 3 now at the top of the Rapids order. And to the bottom of the third we go here in Oneonta. Watertown tacking on another as it's an 8-0 score. (10-1-2) to come up for your Outlaws here on the bottom of the third against Mason Collins at historic Damaschke Field. And coming up in this half inning, we'll take our first look of the evening at the pretty small PGCBL out-of-town scoreboard on this Monday, July 1st. Delvecchio able to lay off one, takes a first pitch strike. Looked like it was a bit low and off the plate, but got the strike call anyway was Collins. Delvecchio shoots one off. He's now going to be swinging at anything close, as it seems like that zone for the Outlaws all so wide. And when Watertown up there, it's all over the place. So 0-2 count on Delvecchio. He's the 10-hole hitter in the lineup. Then we'll go back to Tanner Hardin, who's the leadoff guy. 0-2, sails up and away, as that one's for the Birds, 1-2. Delvecchio in his 8th game tonight for the Outlaws, hitting 211. 4 for 19. Up and away again, ball 2. As it'll go back even. Outlaws looking to try to string together some offense here in the bottom half of this inning and get back into this one and make it a ball game. Collins 2-2. Up and away, ball 3. He went to that fastball and just couldn't drop it in over the plate. Another payoff offering from Collins. Bouncer up the third baseline in foul territory. So Delvecchio stays alive. So nobody out, bottom third. Collins 3-2. Delvecchio, daisy cutter right side of the infield. Underhand flip Wilson to Collins in time. So 1-3 to retire Delvecchio. And to the top of the Oneonta order we go as it's Tanner Hardin.
From Wofford, number 16, Tanner Hardin.
Hardin put a ball out to Collins, who flipped it underhand to Wilson barehandedly in the bottom of the first inning, first pitch of the ball game. So Hardin 0 for 1 to start his day. First pitch swinging again, slow roller right to Wilson, to Collins that time, and so they flip it around the second go around to Hardin. 1-3 the first time, 3-1 the second time, and there's two Outlaws quickly down here in the bottom of the third.
From St. Bonaventure, number 34, Kyle Kakamis.
Delvecchio and Hardin both retired, and it's Kyle Kakamis to try to keep this inning alive. Collins steps and fires. That one going to be slow and away outside. Rapids took the season series from Oneonta back in 2023, 3-2. As the 1-0, Kakamis going to send it on off over the third base screen, so it'll go to 1-1. They split the first two games, and then the Rapids able to take two in a row before Oneonta won the last game of the season set last year. That'll go to the left of the Oneonta pen, so it'll be 1-2. And now Collins, one good pitch away from getting out of his third inning here on the road at Oneonta. Collins with his bright blue cleats, bright blue slots, 1-2, up and away, ball 2. The bright blue on bright blue is certainly an interesting look for the big number 28 out there on the mound from Cottondale, Alabama. Called strike 3 as Kyle Kakamis going to be running up looking here to end the bottom of the third. To the fourth we go. Watertown still the 8-0 lead. Top of the fourth inning, and Dangler going to remain on out. He's already completed 2 1/3 as Juan lays the bunt down first pitch of the inning. Hardin charging, fired over there, 5-3. A great charging effort. Tanner Hardin to Chase Armstrong, and there's one down here to begin the fourth. Don't force that bunt down against the Outlaws' third baseman, because chances are you will get thrown out at first. Nick Bergamato going to step up next. Between Hardin and Bateman over there at third, they've certainly made it look easy on the bunt plays so far this summer. Count's going to go 0-1 on Bergamato, who's walked both of his first two times up, also has a run scored. Dangler's 0-1. Bergamato pulled the opposite way into right. Hopko charges in for the... So it'll be a 1-0 count on Wilson. 1 for 2 is Wilson so far. Struck out swinging in the first, singled, and was forced out 5 unassisted as the first part of a 5-3 double play back in the third. Counts now 2-0 on Wilson. As Dangler fires this one in a bit high to the hands, ball 3. So the count going to be 3-0. As Dangler fires in tight to the belt for ball 4. So Wilson draws the walk, which keeps this inning going for the Rapids after Dangler looked all so good through the first two batters. Oneonta still with a little action going on out in the pen. Nobody's throwing heavy. Tyler Jacobson into the batter's box. Brought that bat around, put a called strike anyways. It's going to be 0-1. As promised, to look at the PGCBL out-of-town scoreboard for the first time tonight. Checklet to first, the 0-1. Breaks in there, just a bit high and in, ball 1. Non-league game at a Deathrick Park, 5-3. The Buffalo Diesel lead the Jamestown Tarpskunks. Top of the fifth in Niagara Falls, 3-1 Mutt Dogs as Jacobson out to the right center gap. Dale tracks it down out there in right center. So it'll be an L8 to retire Tyler Jacobson. 0-0 the score between Boonville and Utica in the bottom of the fifth. And then the very last game of the night is there's only 5 in total on the schedule. Here on this Monday night, top of the fourth, the Geneva Red Wings lead the Newark Pilots 2-0 out at Colburn Park. And then, of course, here the fifth game, the Rapids leading your Outlaws by an 8-0 score as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Jacoby Dale's going to try to lead the start or something here for the Oneonta Outlaws as we welcome you back here to historic Damaschke Field on Outlaws YouTube. 3-4-5 to hit for Oneonta this half inning. They trail to the Eastern Division rival Watertown 8-0 here in matchup number 3 of the season set. Dale out towards right. Shipman trying to track it down and couldn't get there in foul ground, right field line. So Dale going to be down in the count, 0-1. As Jack Hopko standing in the on-deck circle for Oneonta, taking some big practice hats. Collins going to step and deliver the 0-1. Dale shoots it straight on back into the screen, and it'll quickly go 0-2. Dale hoping he can get on base for a second consecutive time to start his night. Been one of the regulars in this Oneonta lineup. Loves playing center field here at home. Is that one going to come up mid-level on the bat, 1-2. Oneonta right back here at home tomorrow night. It'll be Bark in the Park night, so make sure you bring your dog and also bring some dog food and drop it off at the front gate for free general admission into the ball game tomorrow night. So as we play Boonville, Bark in the Park tomorrow, it'll be a 7 o'clock first pitch. 2-2 from Collins. Swing and a miss as Dale going to be retired. Collins went to that fastball right down the gut, and Jack Hopko comes up with one down. Hopko singled back in the first inning and got stranded there as the Outlaws have left 3 on base already tonight. Leaving runners on base was a big problem for Oneonta in the first 2 games of the season set against the Rapids. There's a combined 24 left on base between those 2 games. And that's really been a routine problem for this team all summer, though. 0-1 going to be the count quickly on Jack Hopko. His team has regularly left double-digit runners on base as that one breaks in there low and outside, but a strike 2. So the 0-2 is Collins fires and Hopko shoots this one out towards right. Charging in comes Shipman. He camps underneath it for the out as there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th.
At the plate, number 30, Ethan Glossa.
So Ethan Glossa going to come up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th as the lights start to come on here at Damaschke. First pitch swinging out towards right. Shipman going to charge for it. That one's going to fall and roll down to the track. Glossa, big turn. He's going to get into second, and he'll stop there. Glossa's got a 2-out double here in the 4th. Ethan Glossa coming up with a big one, and that's his first extra base hit of the summer. Putting on a prime display for his dad, who's made the trip out from Illinois here for the last couple of days. Got a chance to meet Mr. Gloss up in Boonville yesterday. Certainly a fun experience to talk to him, and he's in town for this game tonight as well as tomorrow's game before him and Glossa head back out to Illinois. Glossa will be back, though, as I said already, in the middle part of July as Raleigh couldn't connect on the first pitch fastball. So the count quickly going to go 0-1. And now Raleigh going to look to drive in the first run of the Outlaws' day. 3 hits now for Oneonta as Collins along Lance out towards second. 0-1 offering in there, tight to the knees for ball 1. Raleigh and Jack Hopko spaced out 4 and 6 in the order. They're known around this Outlaw clubhouse as the dynamic duo. 1-1, look towards second, in. That was high to the head, ball 2. Both of these two have known each other for years, played Little League Baseball together, played together all throughout school growing up, and then went their separate ways for college ball, but meet up here again in the summer for summer collegiate ball in Oneonta as the count going to be 3-1. Raleigh to Western Carolina, Hopko to U of Rhode Island. 3-1 count, Gloss at second after his 2-out double. 2 away here in this bottom 4th. Collins 3-1. Called strike as it'll go full. So Raleigh going to have to be swinging to anything here. Full count with 2 away. Collins' pitch count starting to climb up there here in this 4th inning, but the Rapids bullpen still dead. 3-2. They're trying to say that one hit Raleigh's bat, so he's going to see another. Glossa was on the move, and he'll be forced to retreat back to second. Thought that had been ball 4 for Raleigh, but he has to see at least one more to get on base. 3-2 count, 2 away. 8-0 lead in favor of the Watertown Rapids. There's Raleigh right up the middle on the line. Pregame going to bring it down. So it'll be an L4 out to second base as they strand Glossa at the second base bag after his double. To the 5th inning we go. Watertown still an 8-0 lead. Top of the 5th inning, back here on Oneonta YouTube. We want to remind you, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do today. All games, home and road, except for our trips to Boonville, Mohawk Valley, and Utica, streamed right here for you. First pitch of the inning from Dangler, going to be a called strike. This was a great breaking pitch that came up high and in. Peyton Shipman, the leadoff batters, it's 6, 7, 8 in the order for the Rapids. This one going to be shot up over the first baseline screen, and it'll be 0-2. Want to remind you as well, make sure you like and follow Oneonta Outlaws on Facebook, at Oneonta Outlaws Baseball on Instagram, and at Oneonta Outlaws PGCBL on Twitter for all of our great Oneonta Outlaws content. 1-2, now the count on Peyton Shipman. Chaz Crook and Trey Runge to follow him in this inning against Dangler. Broke low and away off the plate as it's ball 2. Oneonta hasn't looked all bad in certain aspects tonight, just not able to get anything going their way on the offensive side of things. Seems like it happens to this team every so often that a team put up a big inning against them and they try to rally that call, and it takes everything to do so. Between the hole, second and third, in the left, Peyton Shipman on with a single to begin the 5th. Keaton Mark and Josiah Aska staying put where they're at as they're leaving this game in Dangler's hands for now.
The third baseman, number 24, Chaz Crook.
Chaz Crook will step up. He's 1 for 2 so far on the day. Had a 2 RBI double and a run scored in the first. Grounded out 5-3 in the third. Dangler's first pitch. Off Taggart's chest protector and going to stay in front. It's 1-0. Dangler a little glancy towards second. Up and away off the plate is ball 2. Crook is one of those guys, we talked about it in our Oneonta Outlaws game day video. He can pull balls all over the field. He's a big extra base hitter guy. It's a high fly ball, going to go out towards center. Easy can of corn for Jacoby Dale, and there's one out here in the 5th. Dale drifted 3 quick steps to his right and just camped underneath that one for the first out ahead of Trey Runge. Runge's been on base twice so far tonight. Walk and a run scored in the first. Reached on an E3 in the third. And then stole second as Taggart, a gun throw down there to second. Skipped off the glove of Kakamis. Shipman going to get a bag. That's his second time stealing second so far tonight, as he's now up to 8 stolen bases here in 2024. Shipman, a first-timer here in summer ball in the PGCBL, and he's certainly making the most of his experience with the Watertown Rapids. 1-0 count on Runge. Right up the middle. Dangler couldn't glove it down. Tripping up went Del Vecchio, and it'll be runners at the corners for the Rapids with still just 1 out. Was a hard hit ball as Dangler was trying to knock that one down. Got a piece of it. Would have been a tough play for Del Vecchio or Kakamis either way. Del Vecchio looked like he caught his foot. Don't know how, but he tripped up. And regardless, they're able to hold the runner at third. So Shipman's over there at third. Runge's at first, and it's an 8-0 lead for Damon Asensio. Immediately on the run goes Trey Runge. Slides in there, getting his foot in there by a half step to grab that badge. So there's 2 in scoring position with just 1 out in the 5th. 0-1 going to be the count on Asensio. As Dangler fired a breaking pitch low and away off the plate. Oneonta's infield tonight is Harden, Kakamis, Del Vecchio, Armstrong left to right. Taggart's behind the plate with Raleigh, Dale, Hopko left to right in the outfield. Asensio dropped a bunt down and it rolled off the plate and into foul territory. So it's 1-2. Dangler having a solid outing, all things considered, here out of the Oneonta pen tonight. Going to be unavailable for the next few days after tonight. This is 1-2 with 1 away. drilled out towards left field. Raleigh charging in for this one. Pulls it down for the out. That's going to hold Shipman over there at third on the shallow ball, not wanting to test the Kane and a Brody Raleigh. So there's 2 away for Dominant Morabito.
The center fielder from St. Peter's University, number 10.
Morabito loving to hit in the odd innings tonight. This is his 3rd time up, 3rd time in an odd inning. 1-3-5, Morabito's come to the plate. In the first, he hit a single, got 2 RBIs and a stolen bag, and lined out to right field in the 3rd. First pitch, the opposite batter's box, it's ball 1. Morabito flaring that bat around, ahead of going back to the top of the order. 1-0 in there, about clipped the side of his batting helmet as it's 2-0. 8 runs, 8 hits for the Rapids. Oneonta yet to score. They have 3 hits and 2 errors in the field. 2-0, a bit high to the hands. That's ball 3. Oneonta only had 2 errors combined over the last 4 games. Has finally thought those defensive woes had shaken this team, but the ghost coming back a little bit out of the closet tonight with 2 errors so far through the first 4+ frames. Dangler answers back with a strike, and so it'll be 3-1. Shipman's at third, Runge's at second. 3-1 pitch. Little bouncer up the third baseline in foul territory. Going to move the count to full. Seems like we love full counts tonight. There's quite a few of them on both sides of the ball so far. With 1 good pitch, Dangler could get us halfway home through this one. 3-2, 2 outs, top 5. Dangler kicks and deals. Swing and a miss as he got him reaching for an off-speeder in the dirt. So the Rapids going to strand 2 in scoring position. Bottom 5 we go. Watertown still the 8-0 lead. Bottom 5, Mason Collins remains in the ballgame for the Rapids on the hill. Lucas Grantham, Chase Armstrong, Jeremy Taggart to hit.
The designated hitter from Wofford, number 50.
Lucas Grantham going to be down to his final days here at Oneonta. Is those 3 Wofford guys all taken off after tomorrow's game. Collins first offering, Grantham up the middle. Charging Hudson Taylor, fired to Wilson in time. Beautiful scoop, beautiful finish. 6-3 to put away Grantham.
Ohio Northern, number 18, Chase Armstrong.
As the Outlaws continue being aggressive early in counts, but it's just not paying off the way they want. Chase Armstrong flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. He was another guy, first pitch swinging, came right up here being all aggressive. We do have some action going on down in the Oneonta Outlaw bullpen. As there's a chance Dangler's day might be done as he's now through 4 1/3. Count's going to be 1-0 on Chase Armstrong. Still looking for his 5th hit of the summer. Biggest hit for Chase Armstrong this summer, if you can remember, up at Amsterdam on his birthday. Had a bases clearing RBI triple in the 1st inning. Put the Outlaws on his bat that night en route to a 10-4 victory. It was the first time Oneonta had beaten Amsterdam in over 2 years. 3-0 count. Collins fires. Called strike on the lower outside corner, so it goes to 3-1 with one away. Something about the Outlaws and big performances on their birthdays is the 3-1. Armstrong shot up the first baseline and foul ground, and it'll go full. Saw yesterday Colton Harrison, our player of the game for both Games 1 and Game 2, as he goes a combined 5 for 6 with 5 RBIs, 2 home runs. Full count pitch up and away as that's ball 4. So Chase Armstrong going to be on base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Outlaws go down to their 9th spot in the order, or is it Jeremy Taggart up next?
The catcher from Hudson Valley Community College, number 31, Jeremy Taggart.
Taggart grounded out 4-3 on an 0-1 back in the 2nd. First pitch in tight to the knees as that'll be ball 1. Nick Delvecchio follows Taggart in the order as he comes out of the dugout, waits in the on-deck circle. Long glance down to first, the 1-0, out and away, ball 2. Armstrong hanging close to the bag down there at first. The 2-0, big swing and a miss as the count's going to go to 2-1. Taggart, 3 of his 4 hits on the summer have come here at home. His 2-1, big swing and a miss. As it'll go to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. You're in bottom 5th. Collins shaking off Jacobson not twice but 3 times. Now finally back ready, working from the stretch. Delivers. Taggart, high fly ball over the first base screen. Just barely going to get out of the ballpark. So a bunch of the young kids in attendance going to go racing for that one. His pitch sits to Taggart coming up next. Collins with a check towards first. Armstrong on a move as Taggart shot it straight on back into the screen. So Armstrong was on the move. He is forced to go back to first. Long check to first, the 2-2. Taggart right on back into the pole. Diagonal from the plate here on this first base line to the left of the Rapid dugout. Certainly made some noise as Taggart got a hold of that one, but it just come around on it a bit too late. Taggart flaring that bat around on his shoulder. 2-2 count with 1 out. Comes up high to the bat as it's ball 3. When you miss that high, you certainly hope you can drop your next pitch down in the zone. Rapids bullpen still totally quiet here in this 5th inning. Another payoff pitch. Armstrong on the move. Taggart, good plate defense, able to shoot it off. It's one thing that we were talking about with Josiah Azka a little bit off the record earlier, how some of these bigger guys in the lineup have that strength that they can pull fastballs low and away outside. Taggart, one of those guys who certainly got the strength and ability. 3-2, big swing and a miss as he got him, pulling for a fastball right down the middle. So at least if you're going to go down swinging. Taggart does just that, and there's 2 away for Nick Delvecchio.
Number 28, Nicholas Delvecchio.
Delvecchio 0 for 1 to begin his evening. Between the top half of the 5th and bottom half of the 6th, we'll take a look at our PGCBL Eastern Division standings board for the first and only time tonight here on our YouTube broadcast, so make sure you hang around here with us. 8-0 score in favor of Watertown. Armstrong will lead off a first. Del Vecchio, bouncing ball right side, scooped by Wilson, taken on assist to the bag, and there's the end of the fifth. Oneonta strands another runner on base as it's 4 left on to the first 5. To the 6th we go. 8-0 Watertown. Going to still be your score. Dan Bellows starts off the ball game for the Outlaws, only makes it through 2/3 of an inning. Dangler comes out and throws 4 1/3, and now the next pitcher out of the Oneonta bullpen going to be Mr. Jordan Goebel. Goebel pitching for the 4th time here this summer. He started twice, but this, of course, a relief appearance as we are in the top of the 6th. The last time out was June the 13th, so it's been quite a while since Goebel was out on the mound. Got rung up against the Amsterdam Mohawks his last time out. Now looking to try to bounce back as he sends a first pitch strike right on in the lower inside. It's Hadson Taylor up at the plate here for Watertown as it's the top of the order, 1, 2, 3 here in the 6th. 1-1 going to go the count. Hadson Taylor followed by Winnett and Bergamato at the top of this rapid lineup. Goebel's 1-1 offering, sails in high, and about clipped the elbow of Hadson Taylor, who went almost falling backwards. Looks like Liam Blair's getting stretched out down in the Oneonta bullpen, excuse me. 2-1. Gonna break right on in there for strike 2. So the count 2-2 on Hadson Taylor. Now 1 for 3 on the evening. As Goebel's pitch was an elevator ball, but Hadson Taylor still connecting on it anyway. A great play by Chase Armstrong, almost pulling that one down. Ran all the way to the screen. Armstrong, one of those guys who gives full-on effort on every ball that's hit his way. Looked for sure it was going into the screen, still went racing over anyway, trying to make a play. And Armstrong went full speed into that screen. New thing post-COVID, the screen's all the way down the baselines, most all ball parts in minor leagues and everywhere. Armstrong, speaking of him, easy P3 as he came charging in about halfway to home to pull that one down. Rob Hadson Taylor of an infield hit.
Making his way to the plate, the left fielder from Erskine College.
So there's one away for Dylan Winnett. walked and scored a run in the first and has been retired both times since. He's wearing number 4 tonight due to a Rapids jersey malfunction. Forgot his jersey in Watertown, I was told. Usually wears 21 and takes the first pitch strike. Oneonta trying to find a hit here against Jordan Goebel and be the first Rapid to solve him as Dale charging for one in the left center gap almost went down to a knee and was able to make the play. So it'll be a deep fly ball to the left center gap, and it's Dale who makes the play, and there's 2 away, or top 6.
The second baseman from Siena College, number 18, Nick Bergamato.
Rapids are going to leave things in the hands of Nick Bergamato to try to keep this inning alive. Last outing, as we mentioned, Goebel's one loss that he has on his record came against Amsterdam. 6 hits, 5 runs, all were charges earned with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch in there for a called strike 1. This Outlaw team coming in 13-9-1. Through their first 23 games played, so now half the season in the books as that one tipped off the end of the bat, 0-2. With that doubleheader sweep yesterday in Boonville, they did eclipse their win total from last year already as they went 12-32 in 2023 and now already 13 wins here in 2024. At 13-9-1 start also matched the best start for this team since the 2016 team went 15-8 to start the year. 0-2 pitch. And the third base foul ground. So he'll hang alive and see another coming up. The 0-2. Skipped up and off the chalk line, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Is Goebel. Bat set and fires. Tipped on bat behind the plate as Goebel just can't seem to put him away. Here to start off the 6th. Or start off his outing, I guess I should say, as there's already 2 away here in the 6th. Goebel's probably going to have this game in his hands for the time being, probably hoping they can get a few innings out of him as another one shot straight on back. So Bergamato in a 1-2 count as he's now fouled off 5. Goebel looking home, agreed with Taggart on what he wants to throw. The pitch, in there, just a bit high and up out of the zone, 2-2. This is the 3rd time that Goebel's worked with Taggart so far this summer in 4 outings. He's 2-2. Skipped up and out of the dirt, ball 3. So now 8 pitches in this at-bat. Is who's going to win the battle between Jordan Goebel and Nick Bergamato here in the 6th. Every Outlaw fan sitting on the edge of their seat hoping it's going to be Goebel. As the payoff pitch. Out towards third, hard hit past Harden into left field. Rowley plays it in the corner, big turnaround first. Bergamato trying to advance off the glove of Del Vecchio, and he gets to second. So it'll be a 2-base hit for Nick Bergamato. Is Brendan Wilson going to come on up next. That was a real hard hit ball past Tanner Harden. As he would have had to get great placement with his glove or body to knock that one down out of the air. Great play by Rowley in the corner. Kind of stinks for the Outlaws' sake that Del Vecchio couldn't make a heck of a grab and force the tag on. But nonetheless, Goebel going to battle here against Brendan Wilson, trying to get this inning over with. 1-0 will be the count. Wilson's reached base twice. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Was stranded on the base pass his last time up in the 4th. 1-0, called strike, out and away. 1-1 count, Brendan Wilson. It's Tyler Jacobson who waits on deck for the Rapids. Goebel with a long glance to second. Back home with a pitch. Huge swing and a miss. Goebel went to that breaking stuff right down the middle of the zone. And now he's one good pitch away from getting out of the 6th inning. Towards second. The 1-2 offering. Smoked out towards the gap in left center field. That one's going to fall. Roll all the way back to the track. Dale picks up on the backhand. Easily into second base, standing up is Wilson. And ladies and gentlemen, it is 9-0 Watertown here in the 6th. RBI double for Brendan Wilson. And that's back-to-back extra base hits against Jordan Goebel.
Now off the Rapids catcher, number 3, Tyler Jacobson.
Tyler Jacobson, 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs and a run scored so far on the day. 5-3 double play, grounded into in the 2nd, lined out to center in the 4th. Goebel's looking to put him down to end the inning, checked his swing, and yes, indeed, he came around, so to go 0-1. Outlaws and Rapids will not meet up again until Wednesday the 17th when Oneonta's up at AT&T Duffy Fairgrounds Stadium for a 6:30 first pitch. Harden got it on the backhand, crossed the diamond, low but in time, 5-3. Harden showing off that beauty of an arm over there at third. One more run scores for Watertown. Bottom 6 we go. It is 9-0 Rapids.
Welcome back, Outlaws fans. This is Jaden Ross making a guest appearance tonight here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Not a great start for us here at Damaschke Field, but got a good feeling that things are going to turn around here. Got our third baseman tonight, Tanner Harden, starting us off as he gives me a wave. Tanner 0 for 2 tonight. Hoping to turn things around. Tanner Harden, a high school senior going into his freshman year at Wofford University.
Tanner Harden.
Tanner Harden, a talented young ball player here at for the Oneonta Outlaws. First pitch down, be 1-0. Tanner, a good lefty bat. No, I can't. Got too many good things to say about him. Oh, high fastball. Tanner Harden swings and fouls back. Good hack, good healthy hack though. And the pitch. Ooh, line drive down the first base line. That's going to get down. Fair ball. He rounds first, headed to second. Right fielder bobbles. And that'll be a double for Tanner Harden. Look at the kid. I was just talking good about him, and the kid hits a line drive double. Love to see it. I know his folks are probably watching from South Carolina. What's going on, guys?
Adding second, the shortstop, number 34.
That'll bring up our shortstop, KC. Big KC here with us, just recently joined us and is making an impression, to say the least. KC from St. Bonaventure. Good young ball player. That's a strike. Bottom left-hand corner. Outside. 0-1. Harden leads off at second. Decent lead. Got a time call. Guy's taking his sweet time, you know. This is our box here at Oneonta. We take our time very seriously. Pitcher comes set. And the pitch. KC swings on and fouls it back. It'll be 0-2. KC is one of our, I think it's only been here a week, but has almost led the team in walks here so far this week. Guy sure knows how to see his zone and looks at his pitches. Getting comfortable in the box here. Pitcher comes set. And delivers. And ball inside. Yet not the start we wanted here tonight at Damaschke, but a lot of game left. Got 4 innings of baseball left. You never know. 12 outs is a lot of outs, especially not having one here at this bottom of the 6th inning. Pitcher comes set. We'll deliver the 1-2. And curveball high, misses the zone. And swing and a miss. Chases outside the zone. We got our first one down here. Collins doing a tremendous job here tonight, keeping the Watertown Outlaws to 0 runs. Not often that happens, folks. Not our best start, but not always how you start, it's how you finish. That's for sure. Jacoby Dale, my good friend Jacoby Dale from Detroit. Attends Wayne State. Really good ball player. Got a lot of power. And good friend. First pitch, breaks his bat. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. Third baseman will throw it over to first base, get him at first to retire him. Not happy about that. And that'll leave us with 2 down here at the bottom of the 6th. That'll bring up our friend Jap, Mr. Jack Hopko, Mr. J Hop. His family's here tonight. Met them at the front gate this afternoon. He's Mr. Hopko. Is 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch, fouled out down the left field line. He liked it. He saw it. Put a good swing on it. Jack also very good player. Almost leads. I think is leading Oneonta Outlaw baseball and batting average. He's got a good bat on him, and he's got a good glove out there in the outfield. Rhode Island is lucky to have him. That pitch is spiked into the ground. A catcher tries to block it, puts it in front of him, and it will move Harden to third. Tanner's speedy young man on the base paths. But Jack is, I think, just finished his year at Rhode Island, his sophomore year at Rhode Island. Did a really, really nice job, played often. And he's just a nice overall guy. You know, you got good jug in the locker room. And that'll be a ball high. That'll make the count 2-1. Jack didn't even look at it. Didn't even flinch. Just that good of an eye. Here comes a 2-1. Ooh, fouls it down the left field line. That will get out of play. Bring the count to 2-2. J Hop makes a deep breath as he'll step in. Hoping to get a run on the board here for the Oneonta Outlaws here at the bottom of the 6th. Been too long. Collins reaches back, starts his windup. And a ball 3. High and out. Interesting, Collins is going from the windup here, runner on base. Runner's on third base, so maybe he feels more comfortable that way. And a 3-2 pitch. And a ball 4, that'll be up and in. Good walk for J Hop, and that'll bring up Big E-Glow, Ethan Glossa from Herkimer County Community College. Recently a rival of mine, not anymore, now that I do attend University of South Florida. Oh, here we go. Pitching coach coming out to speak to Collins after a double and a walk. 2 outs here. Not calling the infield in, so I'm not expecting a change. Probably going out there to tell him, give him a good pat on the back, say it's all right. I'm here. We need to calm down, lock it in here. I mean, that's what I'd tell him. But I wouldn't tell him that because I'm going for the Oneonta Outlaws. I'm not ever going to tell him that. I'm going to probably tell him some interesting things, some things to worry him a little bit. That's just me, and the reason I'm not a coach, the reason I play against him. Coach walks away from the mound after the umpire goes and gets him. I mean, took his time, took long enough. We need get some runs on the board here. Glossa licking his lips, ready to get into the box, ready to put a good swing on it. Stretches his back, stretches his hamstrings, and he steps into the box. Gives the plate a couple taps and gets set. Collins here. Checks first base, comes set. Lifts his leg, throws a pitch. Oh, line drive to third base. Crook makes a great, outstanding play, reaching out to his left. Oh, that would have been a run right there for the Oneonta Outlaws. Dang. Unlucky. Thank you, Oneonta Outlaws fans, for hanging in here. This has been Jaden Ross. Thank you for letting me have the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, hope you enjoyed our little Jaden Ross takeover in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jordan Goebel back out here to start the top of the 7th. First pitch going to be out and low for ball 1. Had Marco Moises join our broadcast the other day up in Boonville for the top of the 2nd, and now we get Jay Ross here. Who's going to stop by the Outlaw booth net? Stay tuned. Is that one going to be ball 2? Just barely missing out of the zone. Shipman's been on base twice tonight, has a hit by pitch and a single. 2-0 delivery from Goebel. Breaks in there for a called strike as it'll be 2-1. Outlaws right back here at home tomorrow night. It'll be a 7 o'clock first pitch against the Boonville Lumberjacks. Bark in the park night. 2-1. Bouncer in third base foul territory. 2-2 it'll be. So Jay Ross, all praise for the boys, despite what the scoreboard says, because he knows what everybody can do. He knows all the personalities in this room, and the Outlaws certainly going to try to pick each other up here, get back into this thing in these last couple innings. Out into the rapid bullpen area and right, falls in. So Shipman going to hang alive in this 2-2 count. Goebel, bat set from the first base side. Gets and fires. Big swing and a miss. So Shipman goes reaching for one, and he goes down swinging. It's Chaz Crook going to come up next.
For the Rapids, the third baseman, number 24, Chaz Crook.
Chaz Crook, 1 for 3 on the night with a double, run scored, and a pair of ribbies as he'll fall behind 0-1, reaching for Gobel's slider. Gobel, 4th appearance of the summer, and trying to hold the Rapids in check here after giving up 1 coming into the 6th. Back-to-back doubles, Harden on the backhand, the 0-1, picked it, plenty of time to throw, and he guns him out, 5-3. Tanner Harden, as always, flashing that leather over there at the hot corner. Oneonta very fortunate with the third base situation they've been in between Harden and Bateman this summer. Trey Runge will be the next one up with 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Sends one straight on back into the screen behind the plate as it'll be 0-1. Gobel represent Herkimer on this roster, just wrapped up his sophomore year up there, so we'll see what Gobel does next. This is 0-1. Belted high in the air, right side of the infield. Armstrong going to camp underneath it, and that will be a P3. 1, 2, 3. Gobel mows him down, top 7. Bottom half of the inning we go. Is it stretch time here at Damaschke? 9-0 Rapids. Still your score. Mason Collins will stay in the ball game, starting off his 7th inning for the Rapids. As promised, we take a look at our standings board here in the PGCBL ahead of this Monday evening game. For whatever reason, that doesn't want to show up, and so we will just read them down for you. The top of the East Division, the Amsterdam Mohawks, 17-3-0. Saugerty Stallions, a game back, 16-4-1. Outlaws, 13-9-1, 5 games back, but they are winners of 4 in a row. As the first pitch of the inning, Raleigh lays off as it skipped up off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. So in the third spot are the Outlaws. Mohawk Valley is going to be on the bid 4th of July game at Damaschke, breathing down their throat, 11-9-1. So 2 games less played as the 1-0. Raleigh shot it on down into the Outlaw bullpen and left, 1-1. Utica Blue Sox are in 5th place, 11-11-1. Gone 5-5 over their last 10 as they've been really inconsistent up and down to start the year. Albany's behind them. It sits 11-1 as they've won just 2 of their last 12. 1-1. High elevator shot, left side of the infield, going out in the shallow left field and foul ground. Great play, Chaz Crook. So a P5 as that one stayed up there forever. Watertown in the 7th spot in the division, 8-15. Boonville 8, 6-14. And in the bottom spot, the Glens Falls Dragons, 3-15-1. The top 6 teams in the East Division do make the playoffs. So only the 3 bottom dwellers do not make it in. Lucas Grantham up next with 1 away. Huge swing and a miss as that one came right through the middle of the plate. Grantham 1 for 2 to start his day. Swung at both of the first 2 pitches and put them in play. Single first time, ground out 6-3 last time. Took another swing and he couldn't connect, getting nothing but air, so it'll be 0-2. On the other side of the division, in case you were curious, or other side of the league, rather, 15-4-1 are the Batavia Mutt Dogs as they lead the West, having a 3-game advantage over the Auburn Doubledays. Got to watch Batavia on our off night the other night. Very good baseball club, loaded up and down their lineup 1-10. right in front of the screen. That one going to chink off. So no play going to be had back there for Tyler Jacobson, who sprung up hot and heavy trying to make a play on that one. So a really nice play by catcher in Auburn the other day. His ball was shot up a mile high behind the plate, and somehow ball came down, and he still had his mask on and still even made the play. 0-2. Grantham out towards left field, going to curve in a foul ground. Falling just in front of the fence. So Grantham now in an 0-2 count, 3 straight foul balls. With one away. Chase Armstrong waiting on deck behind Grantham. 9-0 score in favor of the Rapids as Collins kicks and fires, drills Grantham on the 50 on his back. Grantham will be forced to shake this one off, but he'll be on base with one down here in the bottom of the 7th. So Grantham gets his free base, and up will come Chase Armstrong.
Number 18, Chase Armstrong.
Mr. and Mrs. Grantham, if you're watching, you might want to check on Lucas later after that one and make sure he's got a little ice on that. We'll make sure Lucas is all well and taken care of. But he's on first base with one out. Collins now through 6 1/3. And the Rapids going to shift over to double play defense. Chase Armstrong opting to take another at bat from the left side. He's 0 for 1 with his walk, and he's going to hold Grantham down there at first as he wanted to run. So Armstrong in a 1-0 count. And a home plate umpire going to dust off the plate. Outlaws starting a 4-game homestand tonight with this one, and 5 of their next 6 are here at Damaschke Field after a pretty road-heavy end to the month of June. Long look over to first. 1-0 pitch. Armstrong belted out towards right field, and a liner's caught by Shipman. Curved right on down into his glove, and there's 2 away for Jeremy Taggart. Taggart 0 for 2 and worked a heck of an at-bat his last time up. 10 pitches before he struck out swinging.
Now for the Outlaws, number 31, Jeremy Taggart.
Taggart ahead of Nick Delvecchio on the lineup. As that one shot on back right into the screen, 0-1. So Taggart with a runner on base always seems to hit better when he's got a guy on base in front of him. Some of these Outlaws always seem to say they use that as a distraction. And Brendan Connolly certainly one who's got some good distract himself in the box techniques. Next time Brendan's in the lineup, we'll talk all about that. It's at a prime opportunity to hear about that in between at-bats in the dugout yesterday in Boonville. So we said we'll save that for you. Brendan did start his PT today for a shoulder injury. Luckily, doctors allowing him to still swing the bat here for us. So he's DHing and EHing for the time being here for your Oneonta Outlaws. 0-2, Taggart right up the middle. Picked up off the ground, Bergamato to Wilson, and that's a 4-3 to retire Jeremy Taggart. So we're through 7 here at Damaschke Field. Into the 8th we go. 9-0 Watertown. Going to remain your score. Wanted to make sure we gave you an opportunity to see our standings board after getting that situated here on our broadcast. So again, the Amsterdam Mohawks and Saugerties Stallions ahead of Oneonta in the division. Last 2 games of the season series against Saugerties postponed. We'll see if we get the opportunity to make those up. Oneonta does have one more meeting against Amsterdam still to come, as that'll be on July 13th. So next Saturday night, the Mohawks will be here. Game 4 of 4 in the season series against the defending champions and winners of the last 3 of 4 here in the PGCBL. 1-0 pitch from Goebel is back out for his 3rd inning, and Goddess NTO digging for 1, so it'll be 1-1. 9-10-1 to bat for the Rapids here in this 8th inning. As Watertown, with 1 more run and no Oneonta runs, could end this thing early. High fly ball right side of the infield. Armstrong and Del Vecchio coming in, and it's Armstrong who makes the play for the out. Armstrong a few feet to the right of first base, just behind the grass, able to yank it out of the air for out 1. Rapids coming up have a pretty busy schedule. They'll be home tomorrow night against Glens Falls, 6:30 start. Wednesday night they'll be at Utica, 6:45. Turn around to host Utica the next night for a 6:30 game on the 4th. Is that one missing low and away outside, ball 1. So Morabito, 1 for 3 on the day, is the 1-0. Caught that upper outside edge as it'll go to 1-1. 1-1 as Goebel once again fires, shot straight on back into the screen, and so it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goebel trying to send down Morabito. Get back to the top of the order for the Rapids, as this is hitting Morabito, their 4th full time through the order. 1-2, little slow bouncer up the middle, charging in. Kakamis high throw. Armstrong pulled his foot off the bag. So that'll be a single for Dominic Morabito. It would have been a tough play for Kyle Kakamis to get that one crossed over to Armstrong in time.
Back to the top we go with the shortstop from the University of Maine, number 12, Jeff Hanson-Taylor.
So to the top of the Rapid order we go. 5th at bat for Hanson-Taylor. Big lead off of first. Immediately on the run is Morabito. As that one clips Hanson-Taylor high. And he'll take his batting helmet off, take first, and he's jawing at Goebel. It's not like Hanson-Taylor's had a huge day. It was just a bad pitch that got away from Goebel. Goebel taking it with all class, though. There's a big smile out there on the mound, because Watertown's dugout was saying something to him as well. So 2 on base now for the Rapids. Morabito now at second, and it's Hanson-Taylor at first. 9-0 score. Into the box comes Dylan Winnett. Has a big lead, and he's able to steal third all day on Goebel. So Morabito jumps on Goebel early and awarded second on the ball, Hanson-Taylor. So Goebel balks, and they move up to scoring position. It's 2nd and 3rd. First pitch missing low and away outside. So it's 1-0. Out 1, away off the plate, 1-1. Reached base once, courtesy of a walk, and has scored as Winnett shoots one out towards right. Coming on underneath it, Jack Kopko reaches up, and he's got it in the glove. That's out 2, and nobody's going to test the cannon to hop out there and right. Jack Kopko has a heck of an arm. You heard it from Jay Ross yourselves if you were listening when he took over our broadcast. Kopko, not only a great hitter for this Outlaw team, but also heck of an outfielder. So Hopko was ready to force the throw in, and it'll be second and third here for Watertown with 2 outs and Nick Bergamato. Goebel from the first base side of the rubber, going to kick and fire. That one comes in high, hand level, 1-0. Goebel bat set on the first base side. 1-0 count with 2 down. Bergamato, good plate defense, going to send one back over the screen. And that one stays in the ballpark, so it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Bergamato, 2 walks and a double. Behind him is Brendan Wilson. Goebel's offering. Shot up in foul territory, first base side. Armstrong slides down and makes the grab. Chase Armstrong just out of the view here on your screen. Reached up on the run, made that play. Into the bottom of the 8th we go. 9-0 Rapids. Going to be your score. Talk about having a day. Mason Collins already threw 7 innings. He remains on the bump. Delvecchio fouls off the first pitch of the inning as here we are in the bottom of the 8th. Mason Collins has really settled into a groove, found his stride tonight out there, and is now, with 1 more out, going to have his longest outing of the season. Out towards shallow center, caught on the run by Morabito, and there's 1 away. Morabito came in jogging and was able to make that play as it was not a hard hit ball off the bat of Delvecchio. Oneonta going to hope they can get out of this one, get a little momentum rolling into the end of things, and then turn around tomorrow, get the bats rolling against the Boonville Lumberjacks yet again. Scored 24 combined runs between the 2 games yesterday, or 22 combined runs. 16 plus 6 is not 24. Out towards third. Picked up on the back end. Beautiful throw. Out at first. Crut to Wilson, and Crut makes it look easy over there at third. Some of these plays that the Rapids have been making on defense tonight have just been unlucky in the Outlaw sense, because you saw that one when Ross was up here. A liner hit right back at Crut, just stuck his glove up, and somehow it found its way in there. That was Ethan Glosser who hit that ball, absolute scorcher towards Crook, as Kakamis, first pitch swinging, can't connect. It's the biggest problem sometimes for this Outlaw team so far. Just don't get things to go their way, and seems like they spiral quickly sometimes. As the 0-1, Kakam is able to foul it off, gets over the screen, and so it's 0-2. Collins one good pitch away from getting out of this 8th inning. 11-4 hits favor the Rapids as they put up 9 on 11 hits. 0-2 offering. Kakamas checks his swing, and he didn't offer, so it'll be 1-2. Jacoby Dale will be up behind Kakamas in this 8th inning. 1-2. Kakamas out towards right field. Caught on the run by Shipman, as that'll be an L9 for out 3. So to the 9th we go. Watertown still a 9-0 lead. Top of the 9th inning here at Damaschke Field as we bring you back in here on Outlaw YouTube. Liam Blair going to take things over on the hill after Dan Bello, Brian Dangler, and Jordan Goebel get through the first 8 innings. Blair, very inflated earned run average through 3 games he's appeared in. Last outing against Glens Falls did not record an out as he walked 4, gave up 4 runs, all of which were earned. That was his only home appearance thus far on the season, as his first 2 were on the road. Best outing stats-wise was when he went 2 innings up at Amsterdam, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned with a walk and a strikeout. That was way back on June the 15th. So Blair going to be looking to get these last 3 outs for Oneonta and save the rest of the bullpen for what's sure to be a slugfest tomorrow night with the Boonville Lumberjacks on Bark in the Park night.
Number 30, Brendan Wilson.
So Liam Blair faces Brendan Wilson to start off this 9th inning. That one going to skip off the plate. It's ball 1. Brendan Wilson, 2 hits and a walk tonight, so he's been on base 3 of his 4 times. 1-0 from Blair. Big swing and a miss right down the heart of the plate. Blair going to try to make quick work of the Rapids here in this 9th inning and get the Outlaws back to the plate. 1-1 offering, low and away outside ball 2. Wilson does have an RBI in this game tonight. Also scored a run. 2-1. In there tight to the knees for ball 3. 3-1 out towards right field. Hopko in the corner, able to yank it down for the out. Nice routine play for Jack Hopko. Few feet to the left of the foul line.
From Mississippi College, number 3, Tyler Jacobson.
Blair's has 8 walks through 3 innings pitched so far, which is the highest walk rate on this team. Blair trying to get some strikes here against the Rapids as he sails out one of the bat stop against Tyler Jacobson. Four of his 5 to Wilson. We're painting those corners. Sometimes Blair tries to get too creative when he's up there. Just got to trust the process and throw some strikes as the 1-0. Big swing and a miss as it'll go back even 1-1. Blair showed off some of his good stuff at Plymouth State this year. Just wrapped up his sophomore season as the 1-1, 1 away, top 9, trailing 9-0. Skips up off the plate as that's ball 2, so 2-1. Waiting on deck, it'll be Peyton Shipman for the Rapids. Shipman's been on base twice tonight with a single and a hit by pitch, and he was the one last time who hit that home run late in the game against Oneonta. 8-7, 1-run narrow victory for Oneonta. Right towards Del Vecchio, scoops up in the chest to Armstrong. There it is, 4-3. So nice little ground ball to Del Vecchio. Gets it to Armstrong, and there's 2 away ahead of Peyton Shipman.
Taking in the right fielder, number 32, Peyton Shipman.
Rapid fans, again, if you're with us, don't forget your team's at home tomorrow. Face Glens Falls for a 6:30 start. Watertown, we said it coming in, but riding a bit of a hot streak. Winners of 3 of their last 5. First thing they've done all year. Shipman going to be behind 0-1. So unless miraculously Oneonta can find a way to put 9 or 10 across in the bottom of the 9th inning, win streak would end at 4 games, which ties the longest win streak of the season thus far as Oneonta won 4 in a row first week of the season. So they count 0-2 here on Peyton Shipman. Blair trying to send him down 1-2-3 here in this half inning. Blair rocking around his 0-2. Call strike 3 as he rings him up on the upper outside corner. Blair with a 1-2-3 inning and a beautiful half inning at that. To the bottom of the 9th we go. 9-0. Rapids still going to be your score. Bottom of the ninth inning, and the Outlaws going to have Jacoby Dale, Jack Hopgoat, Ethan Gloss up at the plate. Grant Sherikow is the new pitcher for the Watertown Rapids. We'll get to Sherikow's numbers coming up here momentarily. Sherikow sits 180 from Springfield, Mass. Is his first offering. Dale finds a hole on the left side of the infield and rolls out to shallow left. He's got himself a single, and he'll go to Jack Hopko with one on base and nobody out. It's the 7th appearance of the season for Sherikow so far. 7.71 ERA, 7 innings pitched. He's gone 2 1/3 against Oneonta so far this summer. Last time he got charged for 6 runs up there on June the 17th at Watertown. His left foot up tight on the chalk line. Is that one off right side of the plate over top of the Outlaw dugout. It's 0-1. So yeah, 6 runs, all of which were earned, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts was his line in that 8-7 Outlaw win back on the 17th. Went through an inning, had 3 strikeouts and a hit back here on June the 4th. So 2 1/3 of his 7 innings have been against Oneonta. That one skips off the plate, and so it'll go 1-1. Hopko with a single in the first inning in this game stretched his hit streak to 4 games, and he now has at least 1 hit in all but 2 games played so far this season. Dale with a healthy lead off of first, the 1-1, huge swing and a miss, and so it'll be 1-2. So 1-2 count on Hopko. Trying to get Oneonta on the board as he sends one high on the right side of the infield. Charging in from second comes Bergamato, and he pulls it out of the lights. So that will be a P4 for out number 1 for those of you scoring along at home. Ethan Glossa going to be the next man up.
Number 30, Ethan Glossa.
Gloss grounded out into a double play his first time up, 5-3. Doubled in the 4th and had an unlucky line shot right to Chaz Crook to end the bottom half of the 6th inning when we had Jaden Ross up here with us. Sherikow's first offering to Gloss clips the lower outside corner, and it'll be 0-1. Gloss entering the night was hitting .324. Trying to keep his batting average above 300 before he heads off for a little time back to Illinois. 0-1, low and away outside, so it'll go to 1-1. Dale tight to that bag over there at first, was just the 5th Oneonta hit of this game. Gloss's double, the only extra base hit over the first 4 innings. Had a couple of doubles here in the bat stages of the game, so 2-1. Outlaws fortunate in the sense that a lot of these guys can drive balls deep here at home, despite Damaschke Field being one of the bigger ballparks dimension-wise here in the entire PGCBL. 2-1 from Sherikow. Got Glosser reaching for a fastball on the bottom outside corner, so it'll go to 2-2. With Dale getting on base to lead off the 9th, Oneonta getting a leadoff base runner 4 times tonight. And again, if you have to score in this one. In the dirt, it's ball 3, so Glosser with a good leave until the count goes full. Glosser's worked a full count for the 2nd time in 4 trips to the plate tonight. They're at the 5 spot in the order, so Brody Raleigh is the man waiting on deck. 3-2 offering. Glosser reached at that one, so he's down swinging. Dale gets the stolen bag, though. Able to get to second as he was on the run. So Glosser forwards K, 2 away. Dale at second, and it's Brody Raleigh to bat.
From Western Carolina, the left fielder, number 5, Brody Raleigh.
Raleigh 0 for 3 so far on the day. Grounded out 6-3, line down to second, and had a pop out to third. So if Oneonta's going to score, Brody Raleigh's got to find a way to keep this game going. Tate's one off the lower outside corner, 1-0. Sherikow's curveball dropping in there outside the zone. He just finished his freshman year at American International as 3 representatives of AI on this roster for Watertown. So 2-0 now the count. Sherikow did throw a third of an inning last night. Had to face 3 batters up there against the Blue Sox. Raleigh with another good lead. So the count's going to be 3-0. Sherikow only throwing 5 pitches last night, so turning around and getting another appearance here tonight. Not a save situation, being 9 runs. He does have 2 saves on the season. Raleigh going to shoot one off over the third base screen beyond the Outlaw clubhouse, and so it's 3-1. Certainly been solid on the road so far. 4 of his 6 appearances prior to tonight coming at home. Something about playing up there at Watertown, always a tough atmosphere to play in. 3-1, looking towards second. Ball 4. As that one couldn't break over the plate. So Dale at second, Raleigh now at first, and it's Lucas Grantham to try to keep this game alive. Watertown's bullpen totally dead here in this 9th inning. As Grantham will settle in. Grantham 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. As Sherikow's first offering, Grantham immediately turning on one and sending up over the seats on the first base line as it'll drop to 0-1. Grantham's had a hard time working ahead on opposing pitchers here in his last couple of games. Trying to find some consistency before leaving. All those guys who are going back to Wofford going to be in the weight room lifting while they're there taking their summer class. In foul ground, caught. No. That one's dropped in foul territory as that got lost in the lights by Brendan Wilson. Brendan Wilson seemed absolutely shocked that he wasn't able to bring that one down. So Sherikow's going to want a new baseball. And now Grantham and the Outlaws down to their last strike here at home in this one. So Dale taking a big lead off of first. Big lead for Raleigh off of first as well. Jacobson checking a runner at first. And Raleigh was able to scoop back in there. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Grantham readjusting his helmet. Now Sherikow comes back on set, fired in there, low and away off the plate. So that's ball 2. Grantham going to be swinging at anything close. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, bottom 9. Offering from Sherikow, belted out towards the gap in right center field. That one's going to fall in for a hit. Oneonta is going to get on the board as Dale going to cruise on in. Grantham's got an RBI, and it is 9-1 here in the 9th. Nice to see Lucas Grantham turn on a ball and shoot it into the gap out there. So Chase Armstrong going to come up. Oneonta does break up the shutout bid. Only been shut out once so far this season. Was a loss on the road up at Mohawk Valley a few weeks back. Armstrong's been on base once, courtesy of a walk, and is 0 for 2 otherwise, as he took a hack at one and couldn't connect, nothing in one. Oh, 1. Shot high over the screen behind home, nothing in 2. The count going to be nothing in 2 here for Armstrong. Is that one bouncer right side past the glove of Wilson? That's a fair ball. Raleigh's going to come on in to score. Grantham at third. He's going to be told to stop. And in the second is Armstrong. It's 9-2. So Raleigh gets in the score.
Batting for your Outlaws, number 31, Jeremy Taggart.
So Dale and Raleigh have scored. It's Grantham who stands at third. Armstrong's at second. And Jeremy Taggart now up. Outlaws certainly, no matter what happens here at the end of this one, going to have a little momentum rolling into tomorrow against Boonville. Tomorrow's Bark in the Park night here at Damaschke Field, so you're not going to want to miss it. 7 o'clock first pitch. Bring your dog to the ballpark. Is that one up and away outside? Ball 1. 11-7 are the hits in favor of the Rapids. Oneonta having 3 hits in this inning alone. Taggart takes another up and away for ball 2. So the count's 2-0. Is Taggart taking a couple of half-practice swings. Sherricow kicks and fires. Taggart can't connect, as it'll go to 2 balls and a strike. Sherricow again rocking around is 2-1. In there a bit high for ball 3. Three-one pitch, swing and a miss. It's 3-2. So the count goes full with 2 away. Sherricow belts it in there. Taggart over the screen. Sherricow as we do it again. Taggart with a leave as that's ball 4. Taggart taking one up high towards his hands. Bases are now full, and it's Nick Delvecchio.
Batter of record for your Outlaws, number 28, Nicholas Delvecchio.
Delvecchio has gone 0 for 3 in the ball game so far. Now faces just a second pitcher of the game for Watertown, taking ball 1. Sherricow's 1-0. Delvecchio, right side, going to fall into right. Grantham's going to score. Armstrong's right behind him. Taggart's going to get to third. 9-4 now going to be your score. Delvecchio picks up a pair of ribbies, and back to the top of the order we go. Is it first and third with 2 outs? Sherricow going to receive a mound visit from Matthew Petrossi here in this 9th inning. Sherricow being charged for 4 runs as the Outlaws. Certainly not a nice opponent for him. Always seems to struggle facing Oneonta with the exception of that one inning, but even then he allowed a couple of base runners. We'll take another look at the PGCBI out-of-town scoreboard for tonight. 8 innings, we do have a final, 10-0. Utica takes down Boonville at home. Bottom of the 8th in Jamestown, Tarps Guns lead the Buffalo Diesel 12-6. Batavia an 8-2 lead on Niagara Falls in the bottom of the 9th. And also in Newark, 5-3, the Red Wings over the Pilots, top of the 9th. First one, a called strike to Hardin. Hardin does have a hit tonight. Was a double. Got stranded at third in the 6th, courtesy of a wild pitch. Sherikow's 0-1. Skips in the dirt. Going to roll away from Jacobson. Taggart scoots in to score from third. Over to second is Nick Delvecchio. And it's a 4-run game here in the 9th. Oneonta putting some offense together here in this 9th inning. And this team continuing to show that they can score with 2 outs. Jacoby Dale got a single, and then Oneonta 2 straight outs, and since 5 consecutive hitters have reached base. So the umpire is going to converge here, 1-1 count. As they say that Hardin got hit on a ball. So that last ball that came into Hardin, going to see him get the free base.
At the dish for the Outlaws, number 34, Kyle Kakman.
Delvecchio at second. Now Hardin at first. Out towards center field. This one going to be caught. So the ball game is over as Kyle Kakamis a fly out to center field to end this one.
Watertown 9, Oneonta 4. Please join us tomorrow night as your
So the Rapids going to take this one from Oneonta
happy hour sponsored by Brewery Omen.
as we'll step aside, take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll wrap this one up. It was 9-5.
They put the runner back at third.
Oh, okay. So the final score tonight going to be 9-4 in favor of the Watertown Rapids as the season series now favoring Oneonta 2-1. Jeremy Taggart got sent back to third on the hit by pitch for Tanner Hardin. So the Outlaws leaving 2 on base in that 9th inning. So they put together some offense, but it's a little too shy, a little bit too late. And so Oneonta falling to 13-10-1 with this loss tonight. Watertown moves to 9-15. So the Rapids go home tomorrow to face Glens Falls. 6:30 start. Oneonta's back here, 7 o'clock game, barking apart night against the Boonville Lumberjets here at home tomorrow. So you're not going to want to miss it. We'll be live here on YouTube starting at 6:45. But make sure you come join us. You're not going to want to miss barking apart night against Boonville. So the Outlaws fall into the Rapids tonight 9-4, and we will see you tomorrow.